I'm Tom Chick. That's Bruce Garrick. This is Pax Renaissance, which is Italian for the Renaissance of peace.
I thought it meant Penny Arcade Expo.
I thought it meant that movie with Jeff Bridges and Kevin Spacey.
Okay.
You don't get that reference. Haha. I out-obscured you.
Thank you.
So I've just finished the tutorial for Bruce, which is a bit of a seminar you have to sit through.
Symposium, please.
So, yeah, you now know everything that I know about this game. I've played twice before, three times before.
So
four.
So it's impossible that I would know everything that you know, since you already played twice. This is my first game. So
actually, 4 times.
He's played 4 times. See now he's played 4 times. Before it was I only played twice.
But I wasn't very good at it, so that's important to remember. This is a pretty challenging game. It's Phil Eklund. His game. How would you characterize Phil Eklund designs?
Opinionated and obscure.
Okay, sure. Complex?
Complex. They're not complex. They're involved.
Intricate.
Obscure.
All right.
Baroque.
I'm going with intricate. Baroque is good. And we love their historical specificity, which is a fun thing to say. Specificity. Say that with me.
Specificity.
Wasn't that fun?
I love it.
So this is the world coming out of the Dark Ages, basically. And Phil's premise is that money is furthering progress in the world. And we represent bankers who are going to fund different causes and concerns and revolutions and factions. And we are going to hopefully bring about one of these 4 victory conditions. They have to be activated, which will happen over time. And we're just going to, here's the starting condition of the world. We'll talk about it as we are changing it. Bruce, well, I'll go first. I am the Marchione Bank of Lisbon. I'm basically some rich guy in Portugal. Garrick, who are you playing?
I'm playing Jacob Fugger.
Excuse me? What? What was his name? I didn't catch that.
Jacob,
right? Yeah.
Supplanted the Medici Empire, apparently.
Why? You're awfully familiar to call him by his first name. What
Yeah.
was his family name again? I missed that.
He's the, I think the Fougeys? Fougeys.
So he's French?
Yes.
No, I don't think so. Watch your framing, Garrick.
Oh.
So he is stuck up here in between France and the Holy Roman Empire. I'm out here basically in Portugal. A sweet starting space for this game is to be over here in Alexandria. Neither of us do that. So we're laboring away in the obscure West. Currently, Islam and the Ottomans are on the rise over here. We're going to see what we can do about that.
The interesting thing about this game, as I understand it, since I've never played before, and Tom's played 4 times, just that's on the record, can't erase that, is that these trade routes flow in certain specific ways, and there are clearly spaces that are historically more advantaged in the early game, and I think there'll be possibly spaces that will be more advantaged in the late game, although there's this whole navigation issue that I find very interesting. I'd really like to see how that works. You can discover, so these 3 trade, what are they? Trade routes?
Trade routes,
Trade
yes,
routes.
yes.
These 3
There's 2.
are,
these are called...
These 3 are busted.
They're emporia, and they spawn trade routes.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
so they spawn trade routes. These are emporia. They're busted. That's actually in the rules. You can look it up. And when you unbust something, you have to bust something else of that same color. So when, for example, maybe some navigators find this route around the Cape of Good Hope, then the trade will change from being coming around through the Middle East and through the Mediterranean around the Horn of Africa. So this will be interesting. I once again, Tom has played 4 times.
Well, give or take.
I've played 0 times.
And
And also, who taught me the rules? Tom.
right.
So anything we get wrong, Tom's on the hook for that.
Here's the tutorial sheet.
He has a tutorial sheet.
We're not done with this because you know everything.
Yeah.
All right. So furthermore, Garrick, what bank were you again?
I am the Jacob Fugger Bank.
So those guys always go first.
Yeah.
So Garrick, I hate to tell you this, but go. Take your move.
Okay. So I'm the Fugger Bank of Augsburg. Dingus is even laughing. I have 3 I have 3 monies, and I have to do an action. So I have these actions. I can purchase a card. we have the East and the West cards. Let's take a look at
So basically, I was looking at things. So right now, these are going to be too expensive for us to get because you would use. So these are the kind of going concerns. You could always take one of these to start a trade fair and basically get the gold that you earn from the trade fair. We're not going to benefit from any of it because trade is all over here. So as far as out here, you can see right now conspiracies aren't going to do much because there are no repressed figures on the kingdoms. Kingdoms aren't even in play. So actually a conspiracy would work because these would be the attackers and the defenders of the ruling class. So theoretically, if the Duke of Milan came out right now, it would be 2 knights as the conspiracy attacking the ruling class in Aragon, which is simply the 1 knight there. So if you were to buy this and play it, you would basically attack 2 knights with that knight. 1 knight from here would be killed, that would be killed. This would be the lone survivor. He would go into Aragon. That would then effect, by a conspiracy, a regime change in Aragon.
And I would get the Aragon card.
Yeah, we would go through here, you would take the card, and you would place a concession. Because remember, your whole goal is to get a concession by bringing about a regime change. So this is also, it would cost you all of your money if you did this, because to buy it, you would have to put a gold here, here, and here. So let's see, this conspiracy against the Papal States would not work, because it's only 1 rook. This peasant revolt against Florentine wool in the Papal States would not work because that's the peasants against the ruling class. So these you might buy and hang on to, or just buy and sell. Let's look in the East here. These things right here. Look at this Damascus coffee.
Oh, I love Damascus.
The Mamluks. This is a super flexible card because you're going to be able to put a reformist knight anywhere in the East. But it's not going to have a 1-shot. There's no chance to do. And the tax is just going to let you penalize any concession out here for 1 gold, which there aren't any. This peasant revolt in Hungary would be 1 knight
against 1 ruling class,
which would fail.
That would fail.
There would be a tie, and there would be no regime change. And then this Mamluk slave soldiers, interesting. It would be the 1 knight in a jihad. Now here, this would work because at jihad, the attackers are all 1 religion. But it would work if it was allowed. It's not allowed because you can't have a religious war unless they're heretics. So there's no one for them to attack.
And these are the same. The piece there is an Islamic piece, so they're obviously the same religion, so that you can't jihad against them.
They're, as they used to call them, Muslims.
Yes.
That spelling is always fun.
In British, yes.
So basically, Derek, there are no good cards, right? I mean, there's nothing. Nope. I guess if you wanted to go all out for Aragon, if you do a trade fair, it's just you're gonna get $1. So I don't know. Nothing fun can happen right now. Haha.
Yeah, so there are 3 gold. I could go for Aragon. I'm not going to do that because I have a feeling that as soon as I use all my gold, a good card will come up and Tom will get it. So let's just do the trade fair.
Well, real quick, here's the thing too about good cards, is whatever comes out is going to be in the super expensive.
Sure.
So you can see what's coming, and then, so you're going to do a trade fair.
Yeah, let's just do the trade fair.
So that's your first action. You can only do it once. So this gets 1 gold to the guy who initiated it. And then for every gold piled up on it, it moves through, starting at trapezoid. What is that?
Yeah, trapezoid.
It starts at, what is that?
Trebizond.
Trebizond, right.
It's in Turkey.
It starts there, and it dispenses gold, whatever gold's accumulated, on all the spaces through which it moves. Worst trade fair ever. And then this gets discarded.
Yeah.
I don't have a discard pile. You know,
wow.
I'll just do discards over.
Yeah, out of frame. That's perfect.
Then we'll just stack them there. Okay, now you have 1 more action. The market doesn't refresh until you've done 2 actions.
2 actions, okay.
And you can't do another trade fair.
I was going to do another trade fair, but I can't. So East or West, once per turn. Now it's clear. I don't have his hand card to sell.
But you could get one.
I could get one.
So they sell for 2. You could buy 1 for 1 by putting a gold here, and then sell it later for 2. I don't know if that's worth it. You know, it's like an investment.
Yeah.
You're investing your money.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we take this Florentine wool? So I go there.
Now, here's the thing. If you ever have to put gold in a blank spot, it goes to the other market.
Oh, great. So I'll take this.
Yep. So those are your 2 actions. You now refresh the market, which means move all of these down, and then whatever is in the 6th spot flips over and fades into obscurity. The La Serenissima, whatever that is, it will not impact our version of history. All right, so for my turn, do I want to do Cromwell? Okay, Thomas or Oliver? Is this Cromwell? Is it Thomas or Oliver? No cheating. I always confuse them.
it's got to be. It's too early for Oliver. It's got to be Thomas.
I guess you're right. Oh, I was going to say Oliver. Yeah, very good. All right. Did you see a movie, a miniseries called Wolf Hall?
Yes.
You did not.
I did.
Tell me 3 things about it.
The guy from Dunkirk is in it.
All right, but you might have read that somewhere. Tell me 2 more things about it. You're a third of the way there.
The cardinal guy is run out of town and has to go around and gets a drafty old castle.
Okay, well, see. Yeah, go ahead. Right. Okay. Tell me one more thing. That you could know from history. Tell me something specifically about the miniseries.
The people that are his sons or his little group that come to him when he's a lawyer are really annoying.
All right. Yeah, Spider-Man is in that.
Is
the latest
it?
Spider-Man plays
I've never
his son.
seen that.
You've never seen? Oh, Spider-Man. Yeah. All right. Okay, I believe that you've seen Wolf Hall. So this is the Wolf Hall card. Now let's see. If I were to take this, a Reformation in England would bring. I think I'm going to do this, because let's just make stuff happen.
Yeah.
I loved Wolf Hall, so I'm going to be LARPing Mark Rylance as Thomas Cromwell.
Yeah, he's in Dunkirk.
Right, and he's also in Bridge of Spies. His tagline in that movie is "Would you help?"
Really?
Yeah. So
that's a terrible tagline.
It cost me 2 gold. I bring it into my hand. I'm going to go ahead and play it. There's no point saving up Cromwell.
Okay.
So this is a Reformation attempting in England. It's going to bring to the table 2 knights. In a Reformation, this religion. Oh shoot! Do you know why it won't work?
Why? Because the adjacent knights probably.
Oh no, they would help attack. Are they defenders as well? Religious war defenders, heresy units. If you're a game designer, would you make all the local Christians ride in to prevent a Reformation in England?
You can't, because your guy is probably the same religion, right? Or no, he's red.
No, yeah, he's a reformist.
Why wouldn't it work? Religious war.
Well, but are these defenders? I know they join an attack.
No, they're just the heresy units.
No, right, but these are
the heresy
heretical.
units are, but it doesn't say anything about adjacents. It says religions unit attacks with cards agents, religions units, and adjacent knights.
Right. Defenders. The location's defenders are heretics. So okay, yeah, they don't.
Okay.
All right, so back to where we were. These 2 guys here. It's a 1-for-1 death. So these are killed. The survivor is this knight. Because it's a religious war, a couple of things happen. First of all, I've effected regime change in England, so I now put in my tableau, which someone the second. Nope, not English Parliament. Here we go. Nope, I wasn't even close. King Edward IV. This goes into the western side of my tableau. Oh, this, by the way, I play it. This lives here, and then that gets added from the Reformation. So this flips to its theocratic side. It's theocracy, and then I get a concession, which I will put right there, and that I think is the entirety of my turn. Is buy a card, play the card, create a Reformation in England. Yep. All right. Currently, I have more kingdoms than you. Now, one of the victory conditions for kingdoms is different in 2 players. Where is it? To win, you must have at least 2 more kingdoms than any of your opponents. In a 2-player game, at least 3 more kingdoms. So I'm a third of the way to winning.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to refresh the market. I feel like I'm forgetting something.
If we screw up the rules, it's your fault.
You know the rules as much as I do.
That's not true.
All right, so Cromwell's in charge of this Reformation. I've made things happen in the world.
Okay. Great. Well, it's my turn. I am going to. I have a hand limit of 2, so I can still buy something. I get 5 gold because I start the turn, right? Because I'm Jacob Fugger. No. Okay. So what I am going to do though is I'm going to buy that Duke of Milan card.
Okay. So you put down 1 gold.
Put down 1.
And then you get 2 back.
Yep. So I put down 1, and I get 2 back.
Right.
So,
I'm just giving. So here, I'll just show you the way it would work.
What am I doing?
So you basically are paying 2 gold. 1 gold there. Oh no, I lied.
You took all my gold.
Right. If you buy this, you have to put 1 here, and you just take this. Why was I saying you get 2 back?
I thought I got that gold. I thought I got the gold that was on the card.
Oh, there was a gold under.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right, because I bought this. Right. So you have to pay 1 gold, and then you take the card. Right. So I think you had the right idea. Ignore me, Garrick. All right. So it has a 1-shot. It's good. So don't. Yeah. So the cards actually live down here.
Yeah. Well, I haven't placed it in my tableau yet.
Right. Right. It's in your hand, but
It's in my hand. Right.
All right. So you can do a conspiracy in Aragon.
Let's do it.
All right, so it brings to the table 2 Christian knights.
Mhm.
These are the attackers. If we look at a conspiracy, the defenders are the ruling class, which at this point in Aragon is just 1 knight. So then kill 1 knight and kill one of them that attacked there. And they go back to heaven, knight heaven. And you may flip this to king. It was already king. So that's Papal States. Oops. You accidentally launched a conspiracy in the Papal States.
I know, sorry.
Against the Pope.
It's this one.
Right.
It's Aragon.
Aragon is...
So I get Aragon.
John the Faithless.
Oh,
That was in your tableau.
I don't like that. Okay, so that goes in my... So also notice that we have east and west, so we're...
Definitely leaning west at this point.
Right.
So because you've effected a regime change, as you can see by this icon, that means you get to put a concession on the board. Bordering Aragon. I keep wanting to say Aragorn. It's not Aragorn.
It could be Aragon.
Uh-huh. All right.
So that's fine. So I have this still.
No, when you do a regime change, you get to place a concession.
Well, I have to place concession.
Because that's the whole point of doing the regime change.
Okay, so it's adjacent to Aragorn,
Right.
and that's here. So why don't we go here? Actually, no. There's no trade route here, so I don't get anything that flows through there. However, nothing's gonna come through here anyway for a while.
For a while, yeah.
So
what you're basically doing is getting presents for things like peasant revolts.
right, which means that I could start thinking about a peasant revolt in France.
Which would counter my presence in France.
Right. So it looks like, yeah. Why don't we just go here and see what we can get on the cards?
All right. So that was your 2 actions. We're refreshing the market. And it is now my turn.
Ooh, peasant revolt in England.
Let's see. How can I take Aragon from you? I don't want you to have it. Let's see. An English peasant revolt. I don't have a lot of money. You know, I'm just going to do a trade fair. All right. So I'm taking this. I get $1. These start here. 1 gold gets sucked up there, which causes a levy. And then 1 gold gets sucked up here, which causes a levy. And that's the end of the trade route. And those places are now saturated. This is discarded. And then with my vast wealth, Garrick, I will take this Inquisitor for 1.
Okay.
And it will sit in my hand. I'm refreshing the market, except I put it there according to the rules. I'm refreshing the market. It's a very unexciting turn. A comet already.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
Okay, here's a comet. All right.
Garrett, this game's almost over.
It's terrible. So let's take a look over here. I have the Hochstetter Bank.
Look what it does to your hand size.
Your hand size is unlimited. Wow, that's a great card. Holy Roman Empire. I can do commerce in the Holy Roman Empire.
Which means just take a free dollar off of the market any way you like.
All right. Let's do that card. I like that card. So I have to go. So that's going to be. Does it cost me 2 or 3? So it costs me.
So to buy this, you have to put 1. Yeah,
one here and 1 here, and then I buy this card. It's my first card.
No, you've got already 1 in your hand, so you're now at your hand limit.
That's right.
Yeah.
My hand limit. But then I'm going to play it and make my hand limit unlimited.
Right? And you now get to place adjacent to the Holy Roman Empire, you get to place 1 of these. It's not a 1-shot though, that's weird.
Adjacent to the Holy Roman Empire.
Wait, is that true?
Callendale again.
Yeah, I guess so. Concession on the border, repressive, occupied, pirates lost. Go for it. It's a cheap way to get a concession. Normally you have to do a regime change. Must be nice.
So I'm going to get a concession, and I will place a concession. God, there's nowhere. I have an adjacent here. I can start building concessions here. All right, I got a concession. That was my concession.
All right, Garrick, let's take this Maracos for 1 gold.
Okay.
And I get 1 gold, so I broke even. And let's go ahead and put it into play. And it's the west, so it can go anywhere.
Did we get how did that guy get into Hungary?
A levy, because when I did a trade fair, money went through there, so he got funded. Where in the west do I want to go, and actually, do I even care that much? I will put this rook, what do I want to be stable? I guess in England, but then it seems weird. All right, so I put that in England, and that is 2 actions I bought and played.
Okay, boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'm not so excited about this Florentine wool card. Papal revolt in the papal revolt. Peasant revolt in the papal states. Okay, let's get rid of it. Discard it for 2.
For 2, you're selling Florentine wool for $2.
To China.
All right.
Right?
China, yeah, China buying your Florentine wool.
Florentine wool. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to place 1 here, 1 here. Take this, but then I get these, right?
Why would you get those?
Well, how do these come off? Oh, it's a trade.
When you do a trade fair, yeah, it's an action you can only do it once per turn.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
I
that's your
sell.
second action.
I see. Got it. Right. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, that's basically what you do when you can't buy a card. It's one of the ways you get
Got it,
money.
trade fair.
But the thing is, the roots aren't
we're
coming
not
near
gonna
our
get-
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, hurry up and discover the Spice Islands. All right, so let's see. What does that do? That's Hungarian peasant revolt, which would add 1 knight against the ruling class in Hungary.
It's not gonna hurt.
Yeah, but it can give you those actions. So let's try. That doesn't help me. This could hurt you. Do I even want to do that? Wait. Oh, I put these guys in the east. They live over here.
Yeah.
And then an English campaign. England can't conquer anything yet. All right, I guess I'll just put into play Peter's Pence.
Mm-hmm.
And it lets me put a bishop on a card in the west.
Okay.
So, which of you guys do I want to silence? Let's silence the Duke of Milan.
Okay.
Although it doesn't really... Aragon has a... You know, let's silence this guy. This
Okay.
bank. Is he in the way? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, so that's 1 action. And then for my other action, I'll go ahead and do an operation in the west.
Okay.
So Cromwell can move a reformist inquisitor. It's not on the map. He can tax anyone adjacent to England. I'm not going to tax myself, so Cromwell just sits around. The King of England could launch a campaign, but he only has 1 knight that will not do much against an adjacent because both of the adjacent places would defend against it.
Okay.
The Maréchaux can tax anyone in the west. So Garrick, I'm going to tax, we'll just say, this right here.
Okay.
Right, so, am I taxing?
I have to discard a concession or
Ordering concession discards
1 florin or lose
florin,
concession.
right.
Target places levy.
So do you want to burn a florin, or do you want to burn your concession? And I've got another tax action in the west as well.
Where are you doing this?
Oh, we'll just say right there, in the middle of France.
In the middle of France. Middle of France. So I wanted to. Yeah, I'll discard.
Okay, and then I will use this to do the same thing.
Now I can.
Oh no, it's repressed.
Oh, it's
so
repressed.
If France is in play, are France or the
No,
Roman
it's
Empire in
not.
play?
No.
Oh, so now it's dead. You're right.
It's dead.
Yeah, the right idea. All right, that was 2 actions, right? I played Peter's Pence. I went and did operations and basically just brutally taxed you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
So this is now we're coming up here. The east is where we gotta be. I don't know where we're playing with the west. The east is where stuff happens.
I know, right?
Yeah. So why don't we
It's just
just?
they're not powerful enough jihads yet.
Why don't we just? I'm gonna sell this card for 2. I'm And then I'm gonna put one here, and then take this.
Buying the Mamluk slave soldiers.
Yeah, sounds good, huh? All right.
So like I would say, just like put it down here.
Oh,
and show
right,
you
yeah,
it's
it's
in
mine.
your hand.
It's not
Yeah.
mine. Yeah, they're not the ones.
Not yours.
They're not. Yeah, so that's important to note that this is my
Playing is
hand.
an action.
Tableau playing is an action. So I take.
So we refreshed it.
two.
Yep.
We haven't refreshed. We don't refresh anything. Oh, we sold. We did that
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah. So that was
we're
your second action. So now we're refreshing the market. Who are the new players in the East?
done. Ooh, Bosnian Serbian silver.
So basically, a peasant revolt against the Ottomans. The Ottomans are pretty well defended against peasant revolts until some concessions get out there. All right, I will, with my vast wealth of $2, buy the merchants of the staple and play the merchants of the staple. Garrett, my tableau is getting a little unwieldy. Which then lets me implement a peasant revolt in England, which includes this guy right here and any bordering concessions of mine against the English ruling class. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. So basically these two will kill, actually I'll leave this one out. These two kill these two, right?
Okay.
Is that, am I doing that right? Peasant revolt, the attackers, the players' concessions and replaced, the defenders, right? No pirates, all right. So these are now out of play. I've killed Cromwell's knights. And I'm gonna now flip England to its republic side. So now York is out and the English Parliament is in.
Okay.
That was 2 actions, right? I bought this, I put the merchants into play.
Slide 'em up.
Oh, and because I've achieved a regime change, bang,
Okay.
back.
Slide them up.
So, oh, that's,
Hanseatically.
all right.
All right. So. See if we're getting anything good here. This is Herzen Roxana, conspiracy. Oh, coronation. Oh, very nice.
Oh yeah, a little queen. Come
yeah.
out. She can just grab one of the kingdoms out of the kingdom deck. Excuse me, empires.
Mamluk, Byzantium, or Ottoman. Okay, good. So that's super. Let's do that. Let us sell this Mamluk slave soldiers.
Oh, you keep like betraying the people that you're hiring.
I know.
Just sending them to China.
And then I place here, 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 and take this.
All right.
So that's 2. So I now have Hurin Sultan Roxolana.
And who's she eligible to marry?
Anyone in the Mamluk, Byzantium, or Ottoman empires.
And you'll note she's pretty ruthless. She can repress, which is just killing pawns, and behead, which is kill any unit.
Yeah.
In the Mamluks. So,
Yeah.
all right. I will. So if we were to do this, it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before it reaches me. So I would get. I just get the gold I get anyway. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do the operations. So Garrick, I am going to not tax myself in England. I am going to do the commerce action. Is there anyone I can vote against you? Portugal's not in play, and you just have Aragon in play, and you've got more concessions than me. So I'm going to do the commerce action in the west. I'm going to just take this off here. I'm going to tax this one. Let's tax this one.
Tax to this one?
Yep.
Okay, I'll give you a gold.
All right, I'm going to tax it again. Oh, and it causes a levy. Which one? So we'll put the levy here. Wait, did I say? No, I said this one, right? So we'll put the levy here. All right, and now I'm taxing.
No, you said here.
Oh, I did?
That's where you pointed.
Okay, fair enough.
So you got to put a.
Oh,
thing.
right. I definitely taxed there. Right. You're absolutely right. Okay, now I'm doing it again.
Okay.
So now you don't have
And now I
to
lose
yeah.
it.
And then I get
Oh,
another.
so this goes. So this becomes. I don't have it out, so I can't. Oh,
Yeah,
I do.
it's repressed. Yeah.
Repressed.
And then I'm going to do this commerce action and take another gold.
Okay.
All right, that was my first action. For my second action, I guess I'll take this guy because I like you. You have your unlimited hand size. I want that too.
Oh, I don't have it now, right? Because he's suppressed. Or is that?
Oh, very good. You know what? I think this just means he can't do actions. You still have it.
All right.
Yeah, and he's silenced, not suppressed. All right, and that goes in my hand. Gutenberg.
Oh.
He has a little printing press business going.
Good for you.
Very lucrative for him. So those are the two actions for me. All right.
All right. So let's do this. Let's take Hurrem Sultan Roxolana.
Yep. Who's she marrying?
She's going to marry somebody in the Byzantine Empire.
Marrying the Byzantines. How Byzantine of her. All right. David Comnenus, the Basilius of Trebizond. So that then sits in your tableau on the east, and then she sits underneath it so that this is showing. There you go. Okay. And you can then, because it's a regime change, put a cube bordering Byzantium.
Or actually here.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Now I can do the trade fair.
You can. All right. So first you get $1.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are going to move these dollars down the black trade route.
Mm-hmm.
$1 gets put here, which will bring about a red rook for the levy.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's saturated. You get $1 because you intercept it there.
Mm-hmm.
$1 gets put here, it's saturated.
Mm-hmm.
$1 gets put here, it's not saturated. It gets an Islamic rook. And then $1 gets put here, and it is not saturated. A Christian shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the remainder stays there. Or actually, I think it goes up, because now this is gone.
Mm-hmm.
That was your second action?
That was my second action.
All right, let me just find out at the end of a trade fair, what is left, do you do with the voyage in? Leftover profits. If florins are left over, they remain in the empty space left by the trade fair and will be placed on the new trade fair card. All right, so now we refresh. All right, I don't like you having a source of income.
Ooh, Vladimir Paper.
Ooh. Look at the Hungary is staffed with a couple of knights. All right. I guess I will put Gutenberg in play, which lets me put a concession adjacent to the Holy Roman Empire. Oh, that's a boring place to have a concession. All right, I'll do that. And then, Garrick, I hate to tell you this, but I'm going to go ahead and do another operation in the West. So I'm not going to tax myself in England, and I don't have a reformist bishop to move around.
Okay.
I'm going to do commerce.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tax in the West that one.
Okay. That's fine. I'll get rid of it.
All right, and then it causes a levy.
So that's Holy Roman Empire, so it doesn't.
Well, it's an adjacent. I think it would cause a levy there.
But it doesn't get repressed. It goes away because that card's not up, right?
Right. Yeah, there's neither of these in play. Yeah, very good. And then the levy goes here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tax. Now there's nowhere else for me to tax you.
I know, it sucks.
Okay, Peter's Pence is going to hire a ferry to go over to tax this guy. A ferry costs 1. All right, I'm doing commerce there and commerce there, and that was 2, right? Did I do 2? Yeah, because I... Was that 2? Or 1? That was just 1, right? Did I do anything before?
No, that was... Oh, we did that.
Yeah, there's no cards I took.
Let's check the tape.
1. Yeah, back up. Oh, no, you're right. I played this, I put him into play, then I did all of these brutal taxation and commerce. As a banker, I'm doing pretty well. I don't know, get some trade going.
Yeah,
all right, so that's my turn.
All right. All right, so let's start getting some other things going here. So this is a Mamluk. I'll pay one here, but then I get it back by picking this up. This gives me some commerce in the east. Damascus coffee. I like Damascus coffee.
Ooh.
All right, so let's trade fair that stuff again.
All right, so now a trade fair kicks up here. You get your little bonus dollar. This goes here. It is saturated. You get this dollar, and then this goes here, and it's saturated. All right, boring trade fair. And that was 2.
Who's good at banking now?
I wouldn't say that having a bunch of traders just futz around is good at banking.
Nice.
This is banking, taxes and commerce. All right, let's see. Another Hungarian conspiracy. All right. Garrick, why can't I get a kingdom? Oh, here we go. Anne of Brittany. Looks like a sorority girl. 1, 2, 3. Anne of Brittany. And now I will marry her to France, England, Aragon, or the Holy Roman Empire. Oh, Garrick, I'm just running out of space. Let's marry her to France, Holy Roman Empire. Shoot. Let's marry her to the Holy Roman Empire.
Okay.
All right, so Anne of Brittany is married to Louis XI, who's known as Louis XI the Spider. It's a regime change, so I will put that. I'll put this here. All right, and that is my turn. As I bought her, I played her. Refresh these. All right.
Okay. So why don't we do a campaign?
Uh-oh.
So to repress, so we're just going to go do a campaign in the east.
So this would be, yeah, so this is operations in the east. And the
Sorry. Yep.
But now your queen gets to do a separate, so the queen can do an action and the king can do an action.
Yeah.
She's also not one.
All right. So the queen is going to repress. I'm going to gain a florin from China.
Oh, but what are you repressing? I think you have to be able to repress something.
I'm repressing.
Oh no, you can only repress a pawn.
Oh, a pawn. I can only repress a pawn.
So you can repress that.
I don't want to repress that. Well, that's stupid. Well, then I don't want to do that. Oh, I see. Repress. Yeah, they can't. She can't really repress a knight because it's hard to do.
Right. Yeah, she's not that tough.
No.
She could behead a tableau card.
However, but the tableau card has to be in play, right?
Right. These are not tableau cards yet. Right. Yeah, exactly. This is the market tableaus.
Right. So I could actually.
Oh, put the wrong card out. It's the Holy Roman Empire. I accidentally married France. I hate it when that happens. Man, that was an awkward honeymoon.
So the issues are, I need to get some more of these guys. And I need to get some money.
You've got plenty.
Well,
Don't be
I
greedy.
need more money.
Fund the world.
This looks like a bishop.
It is, yes. And it would be placed on any Byzantium card or itself. And then whenever you did an operation, you would be able to move any Muslim bishop, which is probably technically an imam. Why don't you use your Hochstetter Bank to make some money? Oh, God doesn't want you to.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. I gotta say, I'm not really happy about it.
It's a bit of a D move, which is how you say dick move when there are children in the room.
Let's try this. Take this and this, and go here and here, and then take this into my hand.
Yep. You're not even at your hand limit.
No. And then, Western Trade Fair.
All right. So you get $1. This gets levied, but it's saturated, and then you get another $1.
Oh, I got a bunch of money and you didn't get any. That's so weird. The rules must be broken.
I don't believe in trade fairs over there.
Yeah.
I believe in taxing, as you can see. I'm a tax and spend kind of a banker. Hello, Joanna the Mad and Isabel of Castile. All right, Garrick, where's all my money?
I guess I'm better at banking.
I'll say. All right, let's shoot a monkey. I'm gonna have to. All right, Garrick, I'll buy the Hanseatic League. And now it's in my hand. And now, gosh, I don't know, this will be my hand. And then I'm going to do an Eastern operation, or a Western operation.
This is again.
So there's no place to tax because you're not here. I'm going to take this for commerce. No place to tax, no place to tax. I want to move the Inquisitor. I kind of like him sitting there. I don't think Aragorn's going to be conquering anybody anytime soon. I do this for commerce. Gutenberg, commerce.
Holy cow.
No campaign for the Holy Roman Empire because they're just a bunch of rooks. And she can siege in the Holy Roman Empire, which I guess I'm just going to kill this.
Oh, good.
So Anne of Brittany removed that rook. But you know what? Whatever. Another comment. Did we lose a comment?
Yeah.
Yeah, a comment fell out of play. Oh, that's totally not what I meant to do. All right. So that was 2. I bought this, did operations. Now your turn.
Okay. So I have a, this is my Western dudes, right? Okay, I'm playing the Swabian League.
Now I'm going to need you to role play this as you're doing it.
Actually, no, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play the Mamluks.
All right, role play it.
What you got on tap, Barkeep?
Behold, yon elf, let us conspire against the Mamelukian lord who's repressive in this realm, ye adventurer.
I shall drink thy mead. That will be 2 gold pieces.
All right, roll a d20, see if you hit.
All right. Let's see here. That's John Bertie al-Ghazali, viceroy in the Mamluk Sultanate.
Oh, that guy's a riot.
He defected to the invading Ottomans and was rewarded the governorship of Damascus by Selim. He subjugated the local Turkmen nomads and collected tolls from the pilgrims. Trying to restore Mamluk rule, he declared himself independent ruler of Damascus, but was beheaded by Suleiman's armies in 1521.
Which is appropriate because his attempt at a conspiracy doesn't have a chance in hell of succeeding.
I see.
But you do get to place this if you want.
Where do I get to place it? I place it in...
So you could repress something there by paying a florin and then putting it on the Mamluk card, or you could just not place it. This is mandatory to bring into play if you're doing the one-shot. If you're not doing the one-shot, the placement is optional.
I see.
And if you try to place it, there's no place for him to go. He would just be bonk, bonk, bonk. I don't have anywhere to go.
Right. So
You're
I
just
play
doing
that.
You're just doing it to make money. I can see through you, Garrick.
And then I am going to operate.
I'd love to see you try to campaign.
So
Okay.
go here and then to the commerce.
So actually, it's in any order.
Oh.
So if you like, if it helps you.
Well, I can't repress any pawns. Can't do. What happens if I do this? What happens if I were to behead somebody?
So behead is just get rid of a tableau card at that location.
Oh, I get rid of them?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to
So
get rid of that.
siege is get rid of a token. Behead is get rid of a tableau card. Because tableau cards tend to be people. And if you get rid of a kingdom, then it counts as an assassin, and you lose. The kingdom goes back into the deck, and the assassin gets killed and gets discarded.
Okay, where can if I siege where? I siege...
So it's just take a token off of that location.
At location.
And it
So
should
at
specify
Byzantium.
where is your siege. Yeah, so it can be anything at Byzantium. Or actually at Mamluk.
No, she can do it in any of these 3 things.
Oh, that's behead, not siege. Behead is
but this is my campaign.
Right. So campaign is where you pay a florin to each knight, and then those knights attack an adjacent neighbor.
Ah, an adjacent neighbor.
Right. So the Mamluks don't really have any knights that they can send. There's no one who will sally forth.
But they're in Byzantium.
Oh, very good. Sorry. Yep.
So
Exactly.
I could pay a knight to attack somebody else, and pay a knight to
Yeah.
attack somebody
Sorry.
else.
Sorry. Yeah. You know what? It's the table being upside down to me.
Ah.
Now, here's the problem with paying them. Do
Yeah.
you see what it is? Is all you would do is break even. Any adjacent neighbor, like here, they would just die. Here, they trade one for one.
Right.
It would not be an effective
Yeah.
campaign yet.
All right. Well, let's not do that yet, but let's do the commerce. So I get a.
Unfortunately, there's no one to take.
There's no money. Okay, well then let's not do that. That's
Okay.
dumb. Instead, this beheading can only happen at the location, right?
That's true of everything except I think commerce specifies it can be in the whole market. But yeah, everything only does something in its location.
All right, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take this.
You love her.
And then let's do. All right, then I will play this card.
What's that?
That's just that Damascus coffee. So I bought that.
Now it will let you place a rook if you want in the Mamluk area. Okay, yeah.
Wait. But that's but I don't want to do that. So I just want to sell it to China.
Oh well, man, the Chinese love you.
Yeah.
China.
Yeah. Boom, boom, and then that's it.
All right, so refresh this.
Up. That goes to there.
House of Borgia. I think there's a TV show about those guys.
No, I wouldn't do that. Nobody would watch it.
So the cool thing about the House of Borgia is look how flexible they are for their conspiracies anywhere in the West. All right, so Garrick, I am going to first of all buy this Bunschkirche Revolt, which gets me the dollar on it. And my hand size is also unlimited because of Steve Gutenberg, inventor of the Gutenberg press. So I am now going to pay Shoot a Monkey.
You mean Steve Landsberg?
Who's Steve Landsberg? Wait, hold on. I screwed everything up. Shoot a Monkey.
Was he on Barney Miller?
I don't know TV shows that old, I'm afraid. I was busy reading books back then. Dagnabbit, Garrick. Why can't I do math better? Alright, well I need that. That's clear. And then I can't do a trade fair because it's just going to give you a stupid dollar. Don't want you to get a stupid dollar. So you know what? Maybe I'll sell the Hanseatic League to China. Here you go, China. Have a Hanseatic League.
Okay.
Alright, Eric. Uh-oh. So the game ends when both decks are empty.
Yeah, and then it will be empty soon.
Well, you better get cracking.
Yeah. Well, let's do a trade fair first, right there.
Alright. So you get a free dollar. A dollar goes to enrich Byzantium, but it's already levied up, and then you intercept this dollar.
Perfect. I'm going to buy the Borgias.
They're a fun group of guys.
Boom, boom.
Oh, very good. You did that correctly. I was like, why are you doing that? And what, it's a conspiracy in the West? Yeah, because you put those up there. So, all right, so this, the Jesuits have fallen into obscurity. They're not going to happen.
No.
Sad.
Yeah,
All right, let's now buy a comet. I think we might have cheated.
Why?
I don't know if it ever happened. There's a rule that you can never take, once you've placed a coin, you can never get that coin in the same turn. I think we might have cheated there a couple of times, but I think we both did it, so that's fine. All right, so then I will first off, meaning if I were to buy the card,
I get it.
I will first off, I guess take Joanna the Mad, because she looks like a lot of fun. She's mad. That's one action. And then for my second action, I'm going to pay for a comet. 1, 2. And Garrick, we see in the skies, is Halley's Comet, 1456. Everybody freaks out, and they enable. We have now emerged from the medieval age to the age of, to the Renaissance. So I win if I have more republics than any other opponent and at least 2 laws. Oh, you know what, Garrett? I'm not going to buy her. I'm just going to win the game. I'm just going to buy the comet and then flip this and then claim victory because I have 1 republic, you have 0, and I got law from Gutenberg. and I've got 2 laws. But look, of course I won the game. Look at all I've got, and look at you. You've got these dudes. So basically, do you know that you were kind of 1 move away from winning too? Like, do you see how close you were?
Yeah, well, now I do.
Oh! You know what? Here's actually.
But I don't have enough law things.
Because I was going to flip this to a republic, thinking that I needed at least 2, which I don't. But I was worried about doing that because then you would be 1 kingdom away from having the king victory,
Right.
which is have 3 more kings than someone else.
Right. Well, I was going to take. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I could have played her
Right.
on one of the things, and then bought the king victory.
Right.
But then I couldn't have claimed it.
Right. That's that whole thing about it has to be
Yeah.
the action as well. Is you've got to sort of set it up with an ambush like that. Yeah. Is it really that? Come on. A Renaissance victory, more republics, and 2 more. Oh, you don't have any law? Right. Yeah. 2 more law prestige. So Steve Gutenberg and the English Parliament, installed by Thomas Cromwell, won the game for me.
Yeah.
The world has now entered the age of Renaissance. You're welcome, world. And there we go. Game 1 of Pax Renaissance. There may be more.
Seems like my statement that this game is better than Gloomhaven was premature.
Really? You'd rather play Gloomhaven than this again? I don't believe that for a second.
So this is another perfect example of how Tom Chick's standards are very fungible, because he hates games like Twilight Struggle, in which you need to know the cards to be able to play the game well. This clearly you have to know the cards to be able to play the game well.
They're in front of you. You have to know the cards on the table.
What the stuff that could come out?
I don't know what could come out, and that's
Exactly,
the thing.
but that's the point. But see, this is like we're playing Twilight Struggle.
If I knew the cards, I wouldn't know. This is the stuff that didn't come into play. These were the things.
Look at this.
So
Look
what
at
if
this.
I
Look
knew
at
it?
this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well over 8.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
No, you don't need to know these. You only need to know these.
No, I'm saying if something's coming out,
Right.
Something's going to be coming out. Now, you have a 50% chance of knowing that something like that from this deck is going to be in the.
Okay, and you
thing.
think that I've memorized the deck and
No.
that influenced what?
But see again, this is perfect. If that same logic applies to Twilight Struggle as well, right? 2 people sitting down and play Twilight Struggle.
Oh, you're not talking about this game. You're wanting to kvetch about Twilight Struggle. Okay.
He says that he doesn't like Twilight Struggle because you have to know the cards in order to be able to play the game.
No, I don't like Twilight Struggle against you. Because you know the cards so much better than me, and that's a fundamental part, as you would acknowledge, of being good at Twilight Struggle.
Right. Okay, so we all actually agree.
Now, I do, on a separate issue, think that Twilight Struggle is, of course, obsoleted by games like Labyrinth and 13 Minutes and 13 Days, and that old Canard Nuclear War where you spin the spinner and you play the card. All that makes Twilight Struggle obsolete. All right, so Garrick, I am going to appoint you Minister of Fisheries in my new regime.
I want to stay in the Mamluk Empire. That's where my roots are.
Okay, you're Minister of Fisheries of Mamluk.
Perfect.
Congratulations. Welcome to your new post.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.